Josh Paul, I saw your video on with the podcast with my guy and everything with this guy right here with penguinz0. He made a video about an addiction. He doesn't have an addiction. I've read the whole entire video. Go watch this video if you really want to know more info about it. It's not that serious. Um, well, it kind of is. It explains details, which I am not gonna disclose really, other than just saying that he's not addicted to what he's doing and how much he spends on the stuff he spends for. That being said, he's not forcing nobody in his streams. Like, he's not holding a gun up to anybody's head and saying, Rio, watch my streams. He's not like a psychopath or, doing anything that's going to, get somebody to forcibly do something out of the unsure will of any of the, amendments to the Constitution. He's not doing any of that. And I hate how people don't know what we do on this internet. Like there's people that want to follow me, right? Which is kind of cool because I'm starting to see that some people want to follow me. But what I really don't understand from the perspective is that, I have this YouTube channel and I create content because I believe in my right that when people are right, I like to express myself and their concerns for it too, because I want to spread them into their safe space. I want to basically bring more info onto their safe space, so that they don't feel like that what they were doing was wrong or wasn't the right choice or whatever. Because I feel like a supporter. I want to support them because I think that they're right. I think that they're somehow in the right, and I believe generally that they are, expressing themselves to the best of their ability. But sometimes I believe that, having that extra second help can lead forward a new era of, explanation into how all of it goes. But this man right here, he doesn't have an addiction. Um, I learned a lot from J. Paul. I learned a lot from Josh Paul. His, if you want to go see the podcast, he has the podcast on here too. Go watch Josh Paul's podcast. It's about why he was in prison for 6 years. Um, and yeah, but really, what we're trying to get at with both of these is they're both lessons, like having addictions. Like literally, they both have similar things about having addictions. Like my boy Josh Paul didn't have an addiction really, or was really this type of person that didn't seem bad. Like, I was in the same situation too, because I agree with what Josh Paul was saying, in the podcast. That I really believe that that you really don't know what these people are going through on the internet. You don't know what their daily lives are unless you see and they disclose the information to you themselves. You don't know anything until they tell you the information, or are obligated to do so under such. I would like to, somehow, you know, after getting to a certain point, because money really isn't my priority. I could get that on the side, but really I would like, people's trust, and I want friendships, and I really just kind of want to be noticed noticed more by more of these people, and I'm starting to see it slowly that that's kind of going and working. Um, I am really a really good person. Um, in my retrospect, sometimes I can be weird. Depends on what the content is, what's going on, how I'm handling the situations. But anyway, That's off topic a little bit, but anyway, I really didn't see that he had an addiction to anything. Really, he was making jokes. Sometimes people can't understand, jokes and how to handle jokes. They really can't, define themselves within a box. Like every person that makes content has some common interests based upon the content. So you're automatically going to gravitate towards these types of people that have the same common interests that you have. So you're more generally likely to find content that is just good. um you know Once get into this opposition now, where these people just tried to make a guess. They just assume without having facts. You can't assume without having facts. That's dumb. It's like playing spin the wheel. You just like you write anything randomly on a wheel and just spin it and hope for the best. Like, that's not how that works. That's just not how that works. You don't just start guessing randomly, cuz you don't know what's going on in their life, unless they, like I said before, unless they disclose that information to people. Some things they're not allowed to disclose to you, because like you said, he's not allowed to disclose, because that platform doesn't like to that he exposes, some information, because they want to somehow stay protected. With every company, they want to stay protected. You know, and having some people just be asinine on Twitter and Reddit of all place, which is stupid. But Twitter, like, come on, bro. Like, it doesn't